What's up, Raiders? Welcome to Raid Today for Friday, October 6th, 2023. I'm Gestel from Gestel Gaming, and it's day 9 of the Bambus Fourleaf Fusion event. We've also got that portal lit up in blue, 2 times Ancients, and we'll discuss all that plus more here on Raid Today. Alright, so a lot to do this weekend. We kind of had, I feel like we almost had the week off here, a lot of empty space there, but we got a lot going on now here on Friday. Finish up strong on this Fusion event if you're going for them, but there's a lot you're going to have to do to finish it up. Champ Training event is still going on, that started yesterday. We now have the Champ Chase event. Artifact Enhancement 2 is on. We got the Fire Knight finishing up tonight, and the Classic Arena just dropped. Plus we got the Spider and Dungeon Diver 3 looming starting tomorrow. So we're almost there. Artifact Enhancement 3 would be kind of the final one there. So let's dive in. Let's take a look at everything going on in the game so you can see what you gotta hit to get where. Classic Arena Takedown, you need 390 points. It's the same every time. Super easy. Definitely don't want to miss out on these. Quick, easy points. You're hitting Classic Arena all the time, right? So don't miss out. 390, hit your mark, get your rare, get moving on. You can bang that out in a day or two. They give you 3 to do it, so super easy. Champ Chase Tournament. This is the big one. Everyone's waiting for this number. 3650. It seems a bit high. You can use your Fragment Champs, obviously. You could also, if you have to, fuse the Epics for the Bambus in lieu of doing it for CVC. But if you could, I would try to hold on to the Epics and Bambus for CVC. That's coming this Tuesday. That's a lot of points you get for CVC, but obviously it's better to get Bambus. So if you gotta fuse up the Epics, it's a good amount of points right there. Plus it's 2x Ancients. So the points will add up pretty fast. I think you're gonna need probably, if you fuse like 2 epics, you're gonna need between like 55 and 65 ancients probably to get there. So good luck if you're pulling. We'll be pulling on my stream later, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, twitch.tv/GestelGaming. I'll be pulling on the free-to-play and the main account, so come by. I would love to say hi, see what's going on. It's always a good time over there. And then Fire Knight Tournament is finishing up here in 16 hours, 6 minutes. You do have the quartz at first and second, so I don't know, a little bit of incentive, I guess, maybe to push up for it. I'm really just, I kind of just like farming Fire Knight anyway, and when you can do 2 for 1 run on there, it just adds up real quick, I guess. Didn't even plan to do it, just kind of using energy and now in first place. But I'll take the quartz if we could get there. But just want to make note of that because a lot of these tournaments didn't have that, so there were only a few that did. And then Spider Tournament launching tomorrow about the same time Fire Knight will stop. So about 15 hours on that one. Let's check out the events. Champ Training event. This is the big boy. This is a 5-day event. A lot of work to do. 7150 to get there. 14,750 will get you a Primal Shard. Is it worth it? It's a lot of work for a Primal Shard. I'm not going to be doing it. I'm actually going to skip this event altogether. I'm going to be doing the Champ Chase instead. I got plenty of blues to pull on this account. And it's 2x, so let's spin the wheel. And then Artifact Enhancement event, only 13 hours. Do not forget these are very easy to let slide by. 47.75. Make sure you finish it off. Get that last force done and over with. And then Dungeon Divers event starting tomorrow. 13 hours, 34 minutes. That is Dungeon Divers event 3, the final one. If you did do the epic from the Summon Rush event at the beginning of the Fusion, you could skip this like I'm skipping. I'm basically skipped all the Dungeon Diver events. Oh man, it's made for much, much, much nicer, right? These fusions are really difficult because of the Dungeon Diver events, and if you could skip those, play them, man, do those in the future too. That made this a much more enjoyable fusion. I assure you, not very difficult at all. From from both accounts, really from the free-to-play account and the main account. It really just a super easy fusion, I felt like. All right, and the portal's lit up blue because we got 2x going on for the ancient shards, 1% on the legendary, 16% on the epics. This I feel like is kind of the best part of it. Just hopefully, pull some of those great epics out, like the Royal Guards, the Seekers, the Ugos. Tons of great epics in the non-void realm that you can pull out of these blue shards, and I have a 16% chance. So I think that's really what's most exciting. And then obviously, if you hit Lego, yeah, that's always great too, right? So good luck to you on your shard pulls if you are pulling today. All right, we're gonna jump back into the website. And let's take a look at Raid Digest. We got some interesting information that came out in the Raid Digest today. So CVC matchmaking will start counting clans points as a sum of individual players' CVC points currently in the clan, so that entering and leaving a clan for the sake of facing a less challenging clan opponent in tier and tier manipulation will be less of an option. So basically, they're trying to prevent people from manipulating where you're going to end up in clans by lowering your clan count and off PV or off a personal reward weeks. Maybe a couple people will leave a clan so that they won't score as many points in the CVC, and then they'll get an easier match next week. I'm not really sure what the heck's going on with all that. We don't take CVC super seriously, but there's a lot of clans that take it pretty seriously, and they're trying to optimize, make sure they're getting the best gears. So maybe this is something to maybe somewhat prevent that. I don't know. I guess they felt they needed to make a move on it. So they are. The other thing they're doing is clan leaders will be able to set the minimum point requirement to collect CVC rewards. The default will be 1,000. So this is maybe a bit controversial. So basically what's going to happen, if you have like a clan minimum of how many points you can hit for CVC, or that like your clan is expecting from you, and you don't hit that amount, let's just call it 50,000 points. Now it can be set by the clan leader. If you don't hit that 50,000 points, you get no rewards. You don't get any of the rewards from anything. So, that could cause some problems, but I don't know. If you're not, I don't know. I think to most clans, there's obviously stuff that comes up. People go on vacation, or real life just happens, and it might not be easy to get on there and get as many points as you would, or you might not even be able to log on those days for whatever happens, right? Life happens. So, it could be a little sketchy there. I wonder if there's a way where you can, maybe someone's on vacation and you can kind of be like, all right, this guy's allowed to slide this time. I don't know, whatever. But they're putting it in there, so that's the news. I'm giving it to you. Next CVC will also use the old rules, so all this new stuff that's coming in will not be implemented for this upcoming CVC, but probably the one following that. They didn't quite say that, but that it would probably be after the next patch, I would assume, and that would probably come before not this CVC, but obviously the next CVC. So be aware of that. Not happening this CVC. But this CVC will have personal rewards. I did state that earlier in the video. But so it is confirmed, personal rewards. So if you can hang on to the epics and Bambus diffuse during CVC, that would be the most ideal. Other little tidbits that they dropped. We are preparing several quality of life optimizations, including the possibility of turning off the pop-up that appears in the tavern that participate in the fusion. So basically, the champs that have the little circle at the bottom that could be used in any of the fusions, even like the early ones like Razin or whatever, they always will have that there. If you click on them to add them as food, you always get the warning. I guess now you're going to be able to turn that off. I think we've been asking for this for 3 years. I don't know. I guess it's great they're finally doing it. When I started reading this, they said turning off the pop-up. I thought they were talking about the ad pop-ups. I think you should be able to turn off those ad pop-ups. If you're like a free-to-play player, you should be able to turn them off. Listen, I'm not spending money. This is a free-to-play account. I don't want to see those ads. Just, hit a little check mark. That's what I thought maybe they were going to be talking about, and then I continued to read, and they're talking about the taverns, so I guess it's a small win. They are fixing MXA2 in the next version release. They had discussed it earlier. And then finally, they dropped this right at the end. This is, quote, the era of dominance of some undead person who bullied Hydra with ludicrously high amounts of damage long enough, but more info about the technicalities of that change is coming next week. So we don't know what they're doing, but it sounds like Culprit Cadaver comps they're going way of the way of the trash, man. It doesn't sound like it's gonna work anymore. Personally, I can't stand running it. It's a horrendously long run. It's annoying. It's frustrating that like a rare's A1 is doing all this damage. It's certainly fun the first couple times you do it. You're popping heads with one swing, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It'd be more fun to have like a kind of more competitive and more interesting compositions coming out than just using these Culprit Cadavers. So I'm fine with it. I think a lot of people will be upset, but I'm honestly fine with it. So we'll see. We'll definitely discuss that next week when it comes out. All right, and that was all from the digest. Just one last reminder of the Forge Pass. We've got 1 week, 5 days remaining. Make sure you're doing your daily challenges. I just got to update some boots to get that last one in there, but I'm well above kind of the halfway point here because I have been able to scoop up a bunch of these weekly challenges. So just your daily reminder: Forge Pass Season 12, 1 week, 5 days remaining there. And that's all I got for you for this Friday. I hope you have an awesome weekend. Best of luck on pulling all of your shards. I will be again streaming at 2 o'clock on twitch.tv/KesselGaming. If you want to come by, it'd be great to see you there. But until Sunday, have an awesome weekend. Take care.